Mitch, good. You're ready.
Dang it. No, it's not you. It's me. Oh, grr. Thank you, Jeff. I'm sorry. Gosh. I have a little pop-up when I launch all the stuff that I need to launch for the live stream. And dang it. The pop-up said, check your audio. So I launched my audio and I looked and I made sure that it was working, except I forgot to turn on the microphone thing because I turned the microphone thing off the other. God. And that was such a great intro. Dadgummit. But thanks a lot, Jeff. Jeff said no audio. Jeff said he's on YouTube, so thank you for letting me know that, Jeff. You're coming from YouTube. And look, down there, there's a little icon that shows me a YouTube. Let's see. I got to also double check over here on my other computer who's coming in from Facebook, and that's Claudia. I want to say thank you to Claudia because Claudia joined my new mastermind yesterday. I'm sorry, my membership yesterday. So Claudia says I'm on Facebook. Yes, you're in the Thank You Page Magic Facebook group. Now, it doesn't happen to be sending over the ID of who you're from inside a group, which is why I'm over here looking at this other monitor to see, because I'm looking at the group to see who's commenting. So I know that's Claudia. Thank you, Claudia, again for joining my membership yesterday. Let's see, who's that? Stephen Hogland. Hi, Stephen. Yes, it's Tuesday Hijinks Day, especially when I mess up and I don't put the dang audio on to begin with. I'm also testing something today, by the way. Claudia says I can go over to YouTube. It doesn't matter where you find me, Claudia, now that I know who's making those comments. It doesn't matter. I can see it over here on the other monitor. And I'm still having trouble. I'm adjusting my computer so it's the right height. Anyway, I had such a great introduction for today. And it's not recorded anyway. So here's the struggle. Many people come to me and they say, okay, Mitch, I hear you talking about Thank You Page Magic. What is it? Why do you talk about it? Why did you call it that? So look, Claudia's over now on YouTube. Way to go, Claudia is switching midstream there. And I titled today's show, Why Should You Ask? Or something similar to that. And in fact, I'm going to quickly come over here to, let's see if I got the right thing up before I go there. Be prepared, Mitch. Be prepared. So, David sent me an email this morning. I send out an email to people when they join my list. Let me see if this is working right. There it is. It's really small, I know. Let's see, can I make it bigger? I can. It's a little blurry now, but you get the point. And I send out this email in my welcome sequence. It's titled, Will You Take Action? And I ask in, I think, the third email, why are you not asking people to refer others? Because it's a very common suspicion problem. And I want to know what people think. And David this morning said, I guess I feel like I might be spamming people. Let's see, here's a new comment that just came in. I'm going to find out who this is. It's Siddharth. Glad to see you live again. Good to see you too, Siddharth. Anyway, and I've also changed my Facebook profile. I started a month or a month and a half ago. I changed my profile to one of those Facebook Pro users. I'm not a professional, not a pro, professional. And today I decided to switch it back because I'm starting to wonder whether or not they are limiting my access as a professional to people on Facebook, or not limiting access or reducing it because they want you to pay, right? They want you to pay. So I've switched it back to a personal profile. All the people that are joining in today are on the Thank You Page Magic Facebook group, so thank you for being here. Thank you so much. But here's the deal. David said it right, and that's one of the reasons why I chose to go back, to talk about this topic today. Why should you ask? Good question, right? Why should you ask for the referral? And oftentimes what I'm even talking about is asking for the referral before somebody even really knows me well. Or you, right? So I wanted to just go through a few things to talk about how important this is. And part of it is I picked up this book, which is a little hard to see. Do Open, How a Simple Email Newsletter Can Transform Your Business by David Hyatt. It is available on Amazon. I was sent this by my good friend Tobin Slavin. And I just started reading it again. I've read it once or twice or 3 times before. And it's incredibly valuable because this book highlights why you and I, as business owners, should be doing your email lists. I've said it before. I'm going to say it a million times. You've probably heard me say it. You might get a little bored of me saying it, but it's a good reminder that we need to be paying attention. And I thought I had the right button. There it is. No, that's not it. Come on, there's button. There we go. So, the number one thing that we should be doing is this. I grabbed this quote from Pete Vargas. He's not the only one that says it, but in order to connect with people, you have to collect their information. I saw this morning, I was scrolling my Facebook on my phone, and somebody commented in my timeline about how great they're getting reactions and views over on TikTok. It's just like, she's like, oh, you gotta be on TikTok. And a couple of people said, I'm on TikTok and I'm getting a few views, but who cares if it's not converting to sales, right? This is the key. Don't get all excited about your views on TikTok unless you are collecting people's information. I don't care what social media you are doing. If you are not collecting their information, you are burning your bridges. You're wasting your time. Here's why. In a study of buying patterns of over 72 million customers in 14 different industries, Castora found, And I have seen this place, this quote, this stat, a million different places. So this isn't the only one. 40 times as many purchases come from links in emails than come from Facebook or Twitter and all the other social media. Email is the number one thing in your life. I still am amazed that I talk about this. This is an industry standard. It's not perfect. It's just an average to get you thinking about it. But every person on your email, if you are properly nurturing your email list where you are sending value and where you are talking to them and building a relationship with them, is worth $1 per lead per month, which if you get 1,000 leads means an additional $12,000 a year in new revenue. This book says the very same thing. This is a really simple book. Let me open this. It's not filled with a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, there's some words, but there's also large print for some of us who are getting older. But it's just, I think I just saw it too, by the way. Let me see if I can find it really fast. Oh, the neighbor's car's doing it again. There it is. I knew I'd seen it. According to a 2014 study by McKinsey, for every dollar you put into email marketing, you get back 40 times more than you would through Facebook, Instagram, and almost every other channel. It's right there in this book. I'm not the only one saying it. Claudia just said it. Having email address is a database that you own. Absolutely, positively. Ring the bell for Claudia. Claudia gets it, which is why she joined my membership. I gotta say the right word. My membership yesterday. Thank you for being here, Claudia. How do you get into my membership, by the way? Time for a plug, right? Go to thankyouPageMagic.com/MitchMagic. That's not the right one. Well, yes, that's the right one. If you want to get on my newsletter, if you're not on my newsletter yet, go to joinmitch.com. And those are QR codes, and they do work. I finally just did that one that wasn't working right. But your email list, and this is where so I'm using a Stream Deck to control these slides. I've actually got 2 Stream Decks, and I still haven't found the perfect setup where I can see all of my buttons. There's just so many buttons, so many things I've got to tell you. All right, so the question, going back to what David said, I feel like I might be spamming people by asking for a referral. And here's my response, David, and everybody else that has asked that same question. What you haven't learned yet is the value of those referrals. And once you see this part, I said in the newsletter, if you opened my newsletter this morning, I was with a group of local marketing agencies a couple of weeks ago. And David, also the guy who was leading the group, cut me off about halfway through me talking about this and popping up some of these slides. He said, Mitch, why the hell aren't we all doing this? And I said, well, it's partly because you have not yet learned the value of this. I can't tell you how many people do not know this metric of $1 per lead per month. When you sit down and think about it, we're all focusing on social media and growing our network and all this other stuff. But those people are not our people. I've forgotten who said it recently. Somebody said it. But you're basically renting those people. When you have them on your email list, you own them. They're yours. They raised their hand, gave you an email address, and said, I want to hear more from you. These are the people that you own, as Claudia said. Nobody can take them away from you. You have their email. They said, yes, I want to hear more from you, Claudia. Yes, I want to hear more from you, Siddharth. Yes, I want to hear more from you, Jeff. Now, there are people I know that are getting $6, $7, $8 per email on their list because they're focusing on their list. They're focusing on nurturing those people. And if you're on my list, by the way, I think I'm doing a rotten job of that. I picked up this book. I knew it was sitting on my shelf. I picked up this book because I've been feeling really guilty about not being consistent with my newsletter. I get distracted like everybody else. If you want a good book, this is a short, simple book that reinforces all the stuff I'm talking about. And I actually opened it in Amazon. No, I didn't. I was going to open it in Amazon and I didn't. But anyway. So, that's opening your mind. We are opening your mind today about why you should be asking. Now, I am going to show you. Let's see if I can. See, I have it there. I gotta learn my deck better. This is an Up Viral campaign. This actually is my newsletter thank you page. And notice, by the way, I'm going to hit refresh. And notice I have this confetti, which I think is fun and engaging. And I have this animated GIF. I have all this stuff. But one of the things that I have added this is the question of why share. You'll make a better life for yourself, your entrepreneur friends, and you'll change the world one person at a time. I got that wording, I sort of stole it from Bradley. I think it's important for you to start asking. AJ, you're hilarious. AJ said, let's see. Why did that not come? See, it doesn't come up here. Anyway, AJ says, good morning, Mitch. He's also in my mastermind. You get distracted by yourself, not by everybody else. You are correct. And yes, Stephen, I'm going to get to your comment in just a second. Distraction. But here I am trying to ask for the share on my thank you page, and we're going to go through some more about that in just a minute. But this quote, you'll make your life better for yourself, for your entrepreneur friends, and you'll change the world one person at a time. One of the things that we often are looking for as entrepreneurs is more impact on the world. We want to have more impact. Yeah, we want to make sales, we want to do all that stuff, but we also want to help people, right? The goal of being an entrepreneur generally is to help people. We can't help people if we're not getting in front of them. And everybody tells you the right way to get in front of people is to run Facebook ads or YouTube ads or whatever. But here's a way of simply asking your biggest fans, and even the people that are brand new to you, to share with somebody else. Because I bet you just about everybody who opts in for your newsletter, your free lead magnet, your whatever, knows somebody that would benefit from what it is you're offering. I'm going to take Stephen's question or comment. Pardon me. I think a better question is email versus SMS marketing. A good answer is both are important. Yes, I would say that. SMS open rate is 98%-ish versus 22%-ish for email. Now, I know people that are getting 60, 70, 80% open rates in email. It's not me. But that is a possibility. The struggle with SMS is that you don't necessarily have, okay, I'm not going to say that. You do have a direct connection with somebody. It may not be their email address. It may just be their phone number, but that's okay. And I'm not disagreeing with you. Stephen, I'm agreeing with you, but we don't tend to focus on SMS at this point. I do agree that SMS is potentially a better option for one other reason, and I am starting to pay more attention to that. So SMS, we're talking about text, if you don't totally get that. If you get somebody's phone number, that's their real phone number, right? If they opt in for texts, I will caveat that. If they opt in to get texts from you, then odds are that is their real primary phone number. Now, I often, if somebody requires a phone number on an opt-in form, I put in area code 123, phone number 123-1234, because I don't want to receive those texts or I don't want to receive phone calls. So there are some barriers to entry with SMS, but I'm not saying that's a bad option. If you watch the UpViral thread over in the UpViral group, Guy Smith just absolutely loves Facebook Messenger. He is making a ton of money through Facebook Messenger with UpViral. Okay, it works. But what I'm trying to point at here is not so much this discussion. It's a good discussion. But the vast majority of people whom I interact with are focused on getting people into their Facebook group. How can I get more interaction in my Facebook group? My Facebook group is dead. How do I build it up? Oh, I do ask for emails on my opt-in for my Facebook group, and so I manually have to take those, copy them, and put them over into my autoresponder. It's a pain in the butt. Well, why didn't you just ask them for that in the first place? Why don't you stream or focus your funnel into getting their opt-in, their email, before you let them in the Facebook group? What I'm trying to say here is that many entrepreneurs are falling for the shiny object. Social media, to me, is a shiny object. Can I have somebody beat me over the face and head and say, look, I did my TikTok and I'm making $10,000 a month off of TikTok? Yes, there are those people. Your mileage will vary. Your open rates are different than my open rate. Your Facebook results are different than mine. We're all different. Just because Betty Lou has a stinkload of people coming in through her TikTok and she's figured out how to do it, that doesn't mean you need to take yourself and go, oh, I need to be on TikTok and screw email or SMS or all the other basic well-known business strategies. If you want to go down that path, fine. Get them to opt in. Get their email. Get their phone number if you want. I'm going to just talk to Stephen all day. Get their information. I'll put this back up because it's important. Where'd it go? I put it in a different spot. You must collect their information if you want to connect with them. All of these Facebook big-ass numbers. I talked to a gentleman 2 or 3 years ago. It wasn't recently. He said, Mitch, I've got 250,000 people in a Facebook group. They're all car fanatics. They are all talking about their cars and how much they love their cars. He said, how do I monetize it? This guy's gotten 250,000 people in a Facebook group, and he's not making a dime. What? I mean, my mind was blown at the time. I'm like, why on God's green earth are you not focusing on that? Get their email addresses, because guess what? And we've seen this a lot. Facebook can shut you down on a whim. That guy had 250,000 people in a Facebook group. They can take that away from you just because they say you broke the terms of service. Quit relying on that stuff. There are story upon story upon story of people losing their entire business because it was all on Facebook. or all on Snapchat or all on XYZ social media. People, stop it. If you are doing that, you are making a massive mistake. People know how to open their email. Even AJ, who's here, I've told this story half a dozen times lately. When AJ sent emails to a contest that he was running to his sorority sisters, he and I both said, well, they're probably using Facebook to share it. And 3 times as many people were sharing it via email than they were anything else. Teenagers, young adults, 18 to 24, were using email left and right. All right, so let's move on to some of these stats. 94% of consumers trust recommendations from friends above all other forms of advertising. 82% of consumers more likely to buy a product when it's recommended by friends or family. This is the key one for many people, like AJ. AJ's always telling me it's about the money, right? 26% increased lifetime value. They spend more money, and people who are referred are 4 times more likely to buy. If those stats did not shake your core, then maybe I don't think you understand the value of referrals. I go back to this that David sent me this morning. Come on, there you go. I feel like I might be spamming people. Okay, we have to break out of that. We have to stop thinking that this is a problem. We have to stop thinking about that. See, I apologize. I've got to rearrange these buttons. Here's an example. If it comes up, there it is. Everybody knows Dropbox. Dropbox used this model to grow their business in the first year by 3,900%. They gave an incentive for referring somebody. I like to show this. The young lady who's mowing my lawn, I found her. Come on, don't be so bright. Dang it. I know I've got a copy of this somewhere. You can't see it, darn it. Maybe back here. But it says right here, free mow for introducing a friend. 17-year-old young lady is not afraid to ask for the referral. She put this on my door. Hey, I want to mow your lawn, and if you offer, tell me somebody else about it, I'm going to give you a free mow. I have taken her up on that, by the way. We have to change our mindsets. We have to recognize the value, right? I just showed you all those stats about people who are referred spend 26% more money with you over their lifetime than people you are paying for on Facebook, Google Ads, everywhere else. These people are 26% more value to you for every person that is referred to you. I love that stat. And that stat, by the way, I've seen 25%, I've seen 26%, I've seen 35%. I'm trying to put just a general average kind of stat. The stats are out there. This is not stuff I'm making up. This is all real stuff. Why do you think Amazon at the bottom of the page has a stink load of reviews on the bottom of the page? Because people want to know the experience of others. If it wasn't valuable, they wouldn't give up that real estate. Now, yeah, it's at the bottom of the page. Oh, it must not be very valuable. How many of you scroll down to see the reviews, before you buy a product on Amazon or any other site. Okay? Now, this is an ask. This one you probably can't see either. Business card from real estate agent. On the back, it says... Yeah, I just got the light turned up too. Referrals are the greatest compliment I can receive. Thank you for your trust. It's a simple ask. Does somebody feel like this is spam? Now, I don't think so. Somebody might still feel like it's spam. But I'll go some more stats on you. Nobody wants to share your offer. This is the first struggle, right? Why don't they share? I asked this in some contests I was running. 68% don't want to share because they don't want to spam their friends. Common answer. I just showed you one from this morning. 24% of my friends won't be interested. 10% won't get a chance to win. 10% said I don't do social media. Okay, the struggle is real. And in statistics from Referral Sasquatch, I'm reading Steven's comment. 14% of the people are hitting the share page, the thank you page, take action. All right, so that's, you get 100 people in, 14 of them are going to take action. Why bother, Mitch? It's only 14%. Why bother? You want me to go back to all those stats I just throw it at you? Those 14%, if they share it with somebody, those people that come in spend more money. So what if you only grow your business 10% this year? Oh, boo-hoo. Who doesn't want 10% growth? Who doesn't want 26% more sales from people who are referred? If you got a customer come in and they spend 26% more money with you, hello, raise your hand and say, hell yes, I want that. Of course you do. Now, here's my chart. This was from a year ago, but still on the left-hand side, 30%. My average is about 30% of people sharing, right? First of all, you got to look at your damn data. AJ knows, all the people that have been in my mastermind or in my training know that I talk about data all the time. Bradley and I did a podcast on it a couple of weeks ago. Absolutely, you need to be asking for a share. Is everybody going to do it? No. AJ just said, again, that damn button doesn't work. Here it is. The lifetime value of your customer counts. Thank you, AJ. Oh, absolutely. Stephen asked this question a minute ago. Have you done anything with testimonials inside of contests? I have not done split tests on that. That would be a great thing to split test. If you have testimonials, absolutely share them. I don't know why you wouldn't. Do they have value? Yes. Do people put them on sales pages for a reason? Yes. Absolutely. I'm just scrolling back because I swear I missed a comment, but I think I got them all. Again, thank you for being here. Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. So let me go back to what I'm talking about. Oh, there's the business card. I do have a screen grab of it. I don't have a screen grab of the lawn care thing. But here's a simple page, thank you page. Add an ask to your thank you page. And what am I talking about? This is a real simulation. I copied it. I have the original, but this is a simulation because I didn't want to embarrass the young lady if she felt embarrassed. But she said, thank you. I'm looking forward to accompanying you on this magic journey. Now, if you do a simple ask, like this. Can you think of someone who would benefit from this course? Make life better for you, your friend, and change the world one person at a time. I put those words on there. This is adding a simple ask to your existing pages. You can do that right now today. It costs you just a few minutes of time to go do that. There are other ways of doing it, but we're going to focus on those pages right now. Here's how you get people to step up the game, though. And I'm going to go back because you think I'm crazy. Here's Amy Porterfield. I have seen this one thank you page from Amy Porterfield. In this thank you page, she is asking you to go check your email, to check your spam. If you have trouble, go to Amy Porterfield support and head here to check out my podcast. So she is asking people to potentially check out her podcast. I thought I had this brought up somewhere. But let me show you what Amy has done recently. It's this one. So I signed up for an Amy Porterfield thing, and notice down here, and I'm going to blow this up so you can see it, but she's telling you in this particular challenge, hey, thank you for joining, got a picture of her, blah, 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 all this text. But over in the corner, it says, invite your people with an exclamation point. Click the buttons below to share this group with your business besties and go through the 30 days together. Hello! How many people did it? I don't know. I don't have the stats from Amy. I am trying to connect with Amy to talk about this because she's one of the first businesses doing this that I found out there in the wild. Now, Stu McLaren has done it too. But those are simple HTML boxes, and I have the scripts for those that I can share with you later if you're interested. There's no up viral there. There's no Gleam. There's no Viper. There's no special stuff going on there. It's simple HTML. And Stephen, one of those, let me put that back up. One of those is text, right? The first one. So she has an SMS command in there in HTML simply to ask people to share it via text. Notice the first two she's got are text and email. Facebook comes later, Twitter, Pinterest, those things come after text and email because she's valuing those as one-on-one conversations, which have a higher conversion rate usually than just simply blasting it out on Facebook. But Amy's doing it. Stu McLaren's doing it. I'm looking for other examples, but it's not hard to make a simple ask. Dropbox did it and they changed the world. Cloud computing changed when Dropbox did it. Now, what's different between what Dropbox did and what Amy is doing? Anybody? Tell me what Dropbox did that's different. Anybody? I know AJ knows this. I'm going to take a quick sip. Steven? It's the same thing that's different. Typically, if you go back to my stats, where did my stats go? Oh, I went back too far. My stats are 30%. You remember this one? Why did that not come up? There it is. 30%. I got 30% of the people to share. Claudia says Dropbox gave a trial membership for free. You're close, Claudia. Steven said give away a freebie. They gave an incentive. Both of you were right. Ring the bell for both of you. Yay! How do I quickly get to that? Here you go. Where's... Oh, it's not there. It's there. Applause for getting it close to right. A freebie or something. Both of you are right in that they gave an incentive. They gave a reward for sharing. Dropbox said, if you invite somebody, so Dropbox's model was a freemium model. If you don't know about Dropbox, they're giving away space up on the cloud such that you could save your files up there and have access to them anywhere on the planet. They gave you like 500 megabytes or a gigabyte or something in the first days. And what they said to you, now I'm completely off base because I switched screens yet again. What they said, here's the page. If it comes up, get up to 16 gigabytes of free space by inviting your friends. Every friend who joins and installs Dropbox, we will give you 500 megabytes bonus space. Now it's different now. I've forgotten this is an old image, but yes, and Claudia got it right. And more space for yourself for free. They absolutely incentivized you to share with others so that you could get free space. I have a story. There was a similar website called Copy. Crazy name. They called themselves Copy. But they were a cloud storage solution just like Dropbox. And they gave you, I think it was 1 gigabyte. I don't remember, something, for everybody you invited. And I had a big website that had to do with photography and video. And people, of course, love free stuff in that world. I eventually earned 1 terabyte of free space on Copy. I had a terabyte of free space up on Copy, which is probably why they went bankrupt and shut down. And notice that Dropbox at the time was limiting it up to 16 gigabytes of free space. So it wasn't unlimited, but you get the point. So as a reminder of what we're talking about here, is the value of the ask. Why on God's green earth would you ask somebody to share with other people? More opt-ins to grow your business faster. Referred people not only buy more, but they are 4 times more likely to buy from you than people that just come in to your front door through any other mechanism, whether it's word of mouth, sorry, not word of mouth, but advertising, or you just posting on social media. When Betty Lou nudges her friend Paula and says, hey, you need to check out Jeff. Need to come over here and see Claudia, because Claudia knows all about menopause. I know you're suffering, Paula, with that right now. Come over here and see Claudia. Paula is so much more likely to buy and spend money with you than anybody else. It wasn't long ago that I came up with this thought. So everybody knows, if you're doing ads on Facebook, everybody, I believe, knows about a Facebook custom audience. So if you get a minimum of 100 people on your email, you can create a custom audience over on Facebook and says, hey, Facebook, I got these people. Find me more people that look just like this. And I mean look as in their favorites, their likes, their dislikes, their purchases, all that kind of stuff. I don't mean looks. Custom audiences are great because they're looking for people that are much like the people that maybe already bought from you. But referrals are, in my mind, I don't know any numbers on this yet. I haven't found any numbers on this, but random people, even though they may be a lookalike audience on Facebook, Facebook doesn't really know that Paula is just because I have Claudia's email doesn't know that Paula is going to be exactly like her and really be interested in what I'm doing. But I bet you that if Claudia goes ask him or tells Paula about Mitch, we know those stats show that Paula is going to be 4 times more likely to buy from me. Facebook can't make you that guarantee. That's not a guarantee, but I think you get the point. Facebook will tell you, and everybody that's a guru will tell you that a Facebook custom audience with, what's the word? Not retries. God, my brain just went away. You know what I mean? When retargeting, thank you. When you retarget people, they're more likely to buy. You got to spend money to make that happen. If Claudia asks her friend Paula, hey, come over here and check out Mitch, Paula's going to be more likely to buy. Hey, Claudia, I've been, thank you, Jeff said retargeting. Thank you. Yes, retargeting. And Claudia, I have this post-it note down here from Claudia. Claudia said this word to me several moons ago. Hold it so you can see it. Micro-influencers. I still have it down here. And she just said, there's a trust if you refer people. That's the power of micro-influencers. Shailene Johnson. I don't know if you know Shailene Johnson. She is using that phrase, micro-influencers, like crazy right now. I'm on her email list, and I constantly see her talking about micro-influencers. Now, she's using it in a slightly different way, but the point is still the same. If you can get people to share with others, they are much more likely to buy from you. And here's the last one. David, if you're here or if you're watching the replay, I'll go back to this because I think it's so appropriate. I guess for me, here it comes. I feel like I might be spamming people. My kids are tired of me. They're 24 and 27 now. 20, yeah. But one of my father's famous quotes that I repeat all the time is that he always used to tell me, it doesn't hurt to ask, son. And I used to tell him that actually getting on the phone and dialing somebody's number back in the old days, a girl at high school, that hurt. And he used to say, it doesn't hurt. You're making it hurt. You're putting so much anxiety into it. That's your problem. But it doesn't hurt to ask. And what I say to people like David is that I understand you don't want to feel like you are spamming people. So for those of you who are struggling with that, let's flip the story a little bit. I'm going to put this back up too. I'm going to switch it out on you because the difference, I think, is important. If you say to Betty Lou, who just joined your campaign, I would love for you to share this with somebody. If you suggest to them these words, I'm going to make it bigger so I make sure you see it. You'll make life better for yourself. People love to feel good, right? It feels good to share. So if we're flipping the story from feeling horrible about spamming people and putting it in their mind that say, look, you're going to feel better. You're going to share with your friends. You're helping them find something that will help them grow their business. And you're going to change the world one person at a time. Going back to the micro-influencer phrase. If you say, look, Betty Lou, or Paula, or I'm sorry, Betty Lou, if you are referring people, you are now a micro-influencer, which is why I love the phrase that Claudia shared. You're flipping the story from people feeling icky to going, oh, hell. I'm going to help, in Claudia's case, I'm going to help people that are suffering from all these effects of menopause. I know somebody like that. I know she's sweating like a storm, right? I know Paula's got this problem. I know that Claudia has that solution, especially when you start to know, like, and trust Claudia, and you find out that she knows, she's been through this. She has blah, blah, blah. She has the solution for your pain point. So it's all about flipping the story. It's a choice. And I'm laughing because my kids are tired of me saying all this stuff is a choice. How you perceive something, how you perceive anything is a choice. How you react to something is a choice. If you fall down and break your leg, you can suffer, you can cry, you can go to the hospital, you can just whine like crazy on social media. Oh, it hurts so bad, and people will tune you out. Or you can choose to go, that was a problem. I am learning, I am standing, I am getting over it, and it's going to make me a better person. It's a simple choice on how you react to things. Sometimes we have to nudge people and go, hey, I know you're hurting right now. I know that leg is just really driving you crazy. But hey, my friend Tom used to say, what is but hey? Because I say that all the time. But hey, look, you can help change the world by reacting differently. New comment. Jeff, good comment. We all get to pick. We just don't want to face the potential consequences. And again, what I'm trying to show you here is that you can reframe it. You can always reframe it. Just about, I'm not going to say everything. There are a whole bunch of factors that go into every choice. But just about every choice can go either direction, and you can choose. Will there be consequences? Maybe. Right? You may have some consequences you have to deal with. But all of this is so impactful. Reframe it for your people, right? That's why I put on the page this bubble. This pops up that says, why should you share? Why am I asking you, and what will it do for you? If you're running a contest, you can say, hey, and you're going to get more entries, more chances to win, blah, blah, blah. Unlimited entries. You can reframe it in any way you want to. It's all a matter of making that choice. Claudia says, it's like inviting someone to a party you are excited about. Let them decide if they want to go. Bingo. Very good point. All right, so in an hour, I have hopefully helped you understand a bit more about what Thank You Page Magic is, how easy it can be to make the ask, why you want to make the ask, and the benefit of making the ask, right? Okay, the why and the benefit, same thing. Okay, you said the same thing twice. Let me know in the comments if that's provided some help. David, if you are here, David G. from the email this morning, if you managed to tune in or watch the replay, let me know. Did that help? Send me an email. All of this stuff is incredibly valuable. The problem typically has been that nobody's exposed you to this. I go back to what the other David said when I was working with those entrepreneurs, those local business agencies, marketing agencies. David interrupted me during talking about a loss, and he said, Mitch, Why aren't we all doing this? I don't know the answer. The simplest answer is you haven't been exposed to it. You don't realize the value there. Some people, like Amy Porterfield, Stu McLaren, those examples that I've seen, are recognizing how important it is. Stu McLaren, I have a shirt on from Stu McLaren. He used to call it Tribe. It's now called the Membership Experience. He invited me to share in his community as well. He recognizes that value. Why don't you? Why aren't you doing this stuff? Inside of Thank You Page Magic, first of all, let me go back to, I do have a membership where you can get the recordings and some training and some, the Q&As will be locked down to members only and stuff coming up in a month or so. The membership, Claudia joined yesterday. Bless you for joining. Thank you very much. You are going to get so much value, you're going to be blown away. AJ, my friend AJ was here. I don't know if he's still here. He is in my Movers Mastermind. My Movers Mastermind is where we go into depth into your business. We meet twice a week. We go in and we look at your campaigns, what you're doing in your marketing, and we just go deep dive kind of stuff. And all of my training, everything I ever do in my training is all free. It's all included. I should say it's not free because you're paying to be in the Movers Mastermind. But if you really want to get serious about that, I would highly recommend. AJ comes at least once a week. And we are going to work on AJ's marketing for the fall because Black Friday is coming up, Christmas is coming up, all that kind of stuff is coming up. So we're going to be working on that in the mastermind. Claudia said, yes, it is helpful seeing those stats on why referrals are so great. We just have to set up the systems to get it going. And that's why I'm here. Thank you for that. I'm exactly here to help in any way I can to get those systems going. AJ said this has been a mind-shifting training on asking. Now, look, I just told you that AJ's in my mastermind. AJ is meeting with me on a regular basis. Maybe I need to say this more often to my mastermind members. This has been a mind shift training on asking. Thank you. It has been a reinforcement. We all have to think about this on a regular basis because we do get distracted with the other stuff. We get distracted by growing our Facebook group. We get distracted by going, oh, I got to post over here. I got to do that over there. I got to set up this sale. Your email list is your number one asset. Everybody that's in any way, shape, or form understanding business in today's world, even in today's world where all this other stuff exists and TikTok and this and that, email is still 40 times more sales than any other mechanism. I just took a screenshot because I want to be AJ, do you give me permission to post that somewhere? It's absolutely true. As I said before, even this book, I am reading this book again called Do Open How a Simple Email Newsletter Can Transform Your Business by David Hyatt. That's Hiatt. I'll post the link after in Amazon. It's a simple read. It's not hard, but when you start reading it and you go, oh my gosh, this guy's so right. Yes, Stephen, maybe SMS is also true. Texting people, getting both phone number and email, absolutely. But it's a simple ask. Lots of people are starting to do it. Hey, let's get going. Anybody have any questions? As a reminder, if you want to come over and join us in the new membership, thankyoupagemagic.com/MitchMagic. I'm laughing at myself. I mean, if you by the way, if you don't have UpViral, if you've not tried UpViral, they have a $1 14-day trial. You can go over to buyupviral.com, which will use my affiliate link, which will help feed my family. If you are new to me, go there, and that will be very helpful, and I will treat you right when you join through my affiliate link. Anybody have any questions before we sign off? Tomorrow, by the way, Bradley and I are usually doing a podcast on Wednesdays. We're not going to do tomorrow. I have to go start getting some physical therapy for some swelling in my legs, so I won't be around tomorrow, and he's also going to be out of town. But if you're not aware of the podcast, go over to hearmitch.com, pop in and watch some of those recordings. Also, the newsletter sign up. If you haven't done that yet, please get on the newsletter so I can tell you what's coming up. And yes, Stephen, I've thought about the SMS thing and reminders about this call, for example, every Tuesday to try to get people to come in and interact live. All kinds of great stuff. I have a brand new, and Claudia is actually one of the first people in there, what I'm calling the Mitch Magic or the Magic Hat, a collection of all of the stuff that I have for free or for sale, so you'll be able to find it in one spot. That's coming up. I was hoping to have it ready today for the general public. Anybody that's on my newsletter will have access to that. We'll get you to all my stuff. There is a section in there for my new people in the Mitch Magic, as I'm calling it, the new membership. Low-cost membership at the founders level pricing right now at $27 a month. Absolutely dirt cheap. I talked to somebody about it the other day. He said $49 a month was a no-brainer price. I'm letting you in for $27 a month. You get access to all the recordings. I am going to do Q&As and campaign reviews for members only. Those are going to be shut down right now. I've done them for free for the last couple of months. Those are going to be shut down for members only. And there's some training in there that will be involved and more stuff to come. So, thanks for tuning in today. If nobody has any particular questions, I will be here. I bit my tongue. Next Tuesday, the second Tuesday of the month, is Q&A day. So if you have any questions on how to build out your campaign, any of that kind of stuff, right now it's open to the general public, but will be locked down in the near future for members only. So that's next week coming up. And if you want to see the calendar, you can go to thankyoupagemagic.com/calendar and see all of the upcoming stuff. Tomorrow I need to remove the Bradley podcast recording because we're not going to do that tomorrow. But thank you all for tuning in. I have so much to help you. As Claudia said, we just have to set up the systems to get going. The whole reason I do Thank You Page Magic is to shortcut that process for you. I've been through all the struggles. I've been there. Burned so much time learning this stuff. And I can help you shortcut that process. The whole point is to save time and to have more influence on the world. And that's what I'm doing with Thank You Page Magic. And you're welcome to come along with the ride. On the ride, again, slight sales plug, thankyoupagemagic.com/MitchMagic. Let's see, I bet that's Stephen. It is Stephen. Thanks for another great training. Have a very prosperous day. Same to you. Thank you all for being here. And I will catch you again next week for sure on the Mitch live stream.
Hey, Mitch, good to hear from you.
It's a perfect ending. I am grateful. Grateful to get away.
Good day.
I'll be back.